Barbara, why did you become an attorney?
When I was younger, as you know, because I've known you since I was little, I got in a little trouble. I wasn't a bad kid, but sometimes God places some things in your path because only you can survive them. And I ended up in a juvenile detention facility for the summer. While I was there, I noticed that those young ladies who didn't have a lawyer, who had the public defender, which is a good lawyer, but their lives didn't go the right way. And for my family, my church home, my family could afford an attorney, and I felt like that was the only reason at the time that I was able to still go on to college, finish high school, and do the things that I felt my family and the Lord needed me to do. So I thought being an attorney and giving back to those young ladies and my community was the best way for me to use my talents.
That deserves a hand clap all by itself. So Barbara, at what point after you got out of law school and became an attorney, when did you realize being an attorney is really being an entrepreneur? You've got to have some entrepreneurial skills.
Now, all lawyers aren't entrepreneurs, but those that own their own firms are what you hear of as a partner in a law firm do have to have some entrepreneurial or business skills.
Right.
And so I have my own firm. I've had it for about 5 years. When you want to do for your community or for our community, you have to be able to play by your own rules. And sometimes when you work on the other side, you can't do that. So I knew that that was the best way for me to be of service to what I felt was my goal, and what I was called to do was to be an entrepreneur. And in doing so, you have to prepare yourself. So I went and got an MBA, Master's of Business Administration, and learned how to pay bills and make sure I get my money and market myself and do advertising and all the things that you see other businesses do. But unlike a store or selling something or selling a computer chip, I'm in a service-based business, so I also got to put a smile on my face sometimes when I don't want to put a smile on my face. So that's kind of what led to that.
So Barbara, along the way, everybody needs somebody to encourage them, to mentor them. Who in your life mentored you to be in the mental state to just go forward after having, some trouble as a teenager?
I am a member of St. James United Methodist Church, but I grew up in Centennial United Methodist Church, and I've always had a good backing there. But I also have to give credit to Marion and Denise Jordan, who are on the Globe, because my support system, you said earlier this morning about having a village, so my village made sure that me getting in trouble was just like a bump in the road and not a different fork in my path. So I've always been around entrepreneurs. I've watched my godfather, Mr. Jordan, open a lot of businesses. Some lots don't make it.
Right.
But that teaches you also, like, what is really your gift and what is the best for you. And so watching him never let anyone disrespect him, always able to make his own money and do what he wanted to do, I knew I wanted to do that too.
Wow. So Barbara, as our closing question, or actually statement, I want you to say something to parents and students. Parents, to help those children who may get into a little trouble, to know that you shouldn't judge them for what they're in, and then for those students to know what they should do to go forward, even if they do get in a little trouble.
For the parents, the first thing I want to say is, God bless my mother. If not for my mother, I wouldn't be standing here today. I wouldn't have graduated from college. I wouldn't have gone to law school. If you don't support your kids when they get in trouble, especially our boys, then you are giving them to the police that's taking their lives. And this message is specifically, I'm sorry, Bishop Tolbert, for the mothers. He's a man, and you got to make sure he's a man, and you can't baby him. When he's a little kid, you give him a whooping for being in trouble. So when he's a big kid, you got to also punish him. So one of the things that for us as African American attorneys, which is disheartening, is you come to us, you know he has done wrong, but you don't want to accept it. And that doesn't help him, because that also gives him over to the man that ends up taking his life. For the kids, stop hustling, stop doing the wrong thing, and go to school, because you're not going to see anybody that's making a lot of money, which is what you want to do, or having a lot of respect, that didn't go to school. I can't stress enough to finish school. I think that would be the best thing I could say.
Thank you. Thank you, Barbara. Give her a round of applause.
Bishop Tolbert.
Thank you. Up and down. Wow. And that's why periodically I have entrepreneurs to come in, because we need to hear from people who have come through some things and made it. I know that some people are saying, oh, why does he keep having these people come in and give testimonials? Because you can't do better yourself till you see some people who've had some challenges just like you be able to overcome those challenges and do better. And so I'm thankful for these entrepreneurs that we've been able to have come through our church. I want to